Hi friends, my sweet crafty friends. Welcome back to Museful Creations. It's Betsy, and I hope everyone is doing well. We're going whoops, I can hear myself. Yes. We're faking metal on the cheap side using washers, sequins. Thank you, sweet husband. And sequins and this Dollar Tree crown. Yes, we will. I've got 5 quick makes. We're going to be using alcohol inks and very common supplies that we all have in our stash. So, we're going to first start with the washer dangle, and due to the glare, I'm going to move some of this aside. Bear with me. And I'm going to stack that over here and put this one over here. And of course, this one there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start off with these 2. And I'm calling this the washer closure. And this is what I have in mind. Going to start off, and again, these are just washers that I snagged from my husband's toolbox, if you will. And I am going to do both sides. You can cover the back side if you want with paper. These are 2-inch, I think, in circumference. Oh, no, you're here. Hi. Welcome. So nice to meet you. I literally just started at 6. And I'm going to do that. I've got a theme in mind for I'm hopefully going to work on 2 journals this month, which I'm going to share with y'all this Thursday. And I'm trying to keep in mind the color palette. I've really never done a icy blue with a little bit of the browns and the earth tone colors. I don't want it to be too dark, but this is what I'm hoping to achieve. Now, I want to, this literally, I want to also share, it dries so fast. I don't have to use a heat tool, just so that you know. Oh, awesome, cool. I will definitely check my email for sure. It'll be fun. And I've never really added washers or thicker type grommets or buttons to my junk journal closure, but I do want to try something different. So I took some seam binding and I dyed it with sailboat blue. I've got a lot of oldie but goodie kind of washes and sprays that I'm just trying to use up. And again, I'm truly trying to encourage everyone to use what you have, or borrow some from your friend if she's or he is crafty. But definitely use up what you have. And now what I want to do, because this is metal, I'm going to use this Beacon Power Tack to adhere this onto the top. And this really oozes out quickly, so I want to, yes, no, it's true. It really is true. It's really important. I'm trying to be more mindful of that. Some of my friends that were crafty friends, when we chat, will say, my gosh, we can open up a store with all the stuff that we have. And I did put a little too much. So I'm going to use my prick tool and just pick some of the excess. And look how easy that is. I'm going to kind of, yes. Yes, I agree. Tilt this a little bit so that there's not much of a glare, but I really like that. And that would be so cool if I put this on the edge of the cover. I mean, I can make two of these, put one on the front cover, put one on the back, and then this can go this way, that way, or you can, again, if you don't want to, but I kind of like how that will hide it, but you can do it the other way, put this on the top, and then, you know, do your binding of choice or whatever the case might be. You can then use some pins and add, thank you, you can add some pins and another dangle, and that's number one. Super, super easy. Now the second one, I've never made this before. This just came to my mind. That's how it is when you're creating. I'm going to move this white stuff napkin over. And this one is a washer dangle. And I recently, I can't recall who said this, but I guess Dollar Tree is either discontinuing or doing something with their stickers. I hope that's not true because I love their stickers. And if y'all have been here for a while, I've done a lot of things with Dollar Tree stickers. So I've had these rub-on alphabets in my stash for a while, and I want to show you what I plan to do next. Now I'm going to change up the color theme just a little bit. And this can go on the edge of, and I'm going to use, because it's still the blue family, I want to use up that same spot. Why dispose of this felt if you still have ink, and I don't mind the color palette. What's cool about this surface is I don't really have to worry too much about a heat tool unless I'm going to be using other mediums. Now, someone did ask in the previous video, last Thursday's live, how would I seal it? And I would use glossy accent, or I can use embossing powder. There are different, of course, mediums that you can use. You just have to experiment. But my favorite, which I've used, is glossy accent. And I just do like a very light coat with my finger, and it dries pretty quickly. But normally, if I'm just making these for myself, I won't coat it. Okay, so that's one part. If you want, you can do the back, but I'm not going to right now. Now what I want to do is I'm going to use butterscotch right here. And this I punched from the crown, okay? The Dollar Tree crown. And I'm going to go just like that right on top. And if you want to dry the top a little bit, just blow on it and it'll dry even quicker. You don't need to use, you can use a heat tool on the crown material because it's cardboard and whatever they put on the front, and it's already dry. Now what I want to do is, before I do that, I'm going to take this bee and I'm going to center it like so. And there's this little tool. Let's see if this will work. Actually, it did. So as you can see there, I need to use a darker color, if you will. So what I want to do is use my 1 1/4 inch punch. And sorry for the glare. Or actually, no, Betsy, you gotta open that. So actually, I think I want a smaller. I think I want my 1 inch circle punch is what I want. And let me put this one back. And yes, yes, I'm so sorry for your loss. It's true. I tell my husband, don't throw things out. Show me. He's like, but Betsy, you've got enough stuff already. Why do you want that? I'm like, it's a crafter thing. We love to repurpose things and turn them into something else. We do, we do. So I'm going to use this color because it's a little darker. Let's see. And now, whoops, what I want to do is let me grab my word of the year is fortify. So since I ruined that B, let me try the letter F. Let's try that here. And let's see how this will work. Okay, yes, absolutely love that better. Much, much better. I mean, I know the glare is persnickety, but I can see the F much better. So then I'm going to glue that there, and I'm just going to use 3-in-1. I mean, I can also add other rub-ons if I want to the actual metal washer, but I want to keep it simple for tonight. I'm going to put that there, and then I do want to use the beacon again because I'm going to add this metal to metal, because I have no luck. I don't know about y'all, but I have no luck with the 3-in-1 glue on metal. Everything falls off. So I tend to use this one, and I have much better luck. Now, there goes that charm there. Again, you can use an even darker, but I'm trying to keep a color palette in mind for the journal that I'm working on. And then I can add, I love these guys, these bead chains. You put that through, and this will look lovely on your spine, on the top of a page, and there you have make number 2. That's the washer dangle with the rub-on. Okay? Now, the third one, I've had sequins in my stuff for a while. And I said, I wonder if how would alcohol inks do on this surface? What I learned is it's definitely doable, but do not heat set. Okay? Super important because it will warp on you. Okay? And one thing that I did like about this, when you blow on it, it like oxidizes. It's such a cool, I don't know if you can actually see it, but it is such a cool effect. Can you see that there? It is like, thank you. It is so cool when you do that. And what I decided, whoops, on this surface, I'm going to blow on this just so, and there, it's dry. What I decided to do is I want to use some paper, and what I want is to distress this. Yeah, I'll show it. You can still see. It's kind of hard because of my lamps, my studio lamps, but you've got to try it if you've got these sequences in your stash. It is such a cool effect. And now what I want to do is just add, I just distress the edge a little bit of this paper. And it's just digital paper, but you can use whatever you have. You can use tissue paper if you want. Now, the sequins, most of the sequins packets have a top and a bottom little holes, so I'm just going to juxtapose this kind of like to the side here, like so. And now I'm going to trim the excess. Be careful not to cut the sequence. And I had a little bit of it on me, but it's no big deal. Now, what I want to do is grab my, I don't want to put too much, see? Didn't I tell you that if I don't cover these things, I'm going to make a mess? Oh, leave it to Betsy. Luckily, this all comes off. My apologies for reaching over like that. But no major issue. So I want to protect that little surface that I'm using. And now I want to use, yes, it does. You are correct. And I'm going to use a butterfly stamp with my favorite ink, which is the Ranger Archival Jet Black, my all-time favorite, and I'm just going to stamp like so. And you have to let that dry, completely dry, and I don't know, it takes maybe 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes or so, because you could blow on it if you want, but I just let it dry. And then once it dries, what I will do is we'll add an eyelet on the top, an eyelet, let me move the white. I will put an eyelet on the top, an eyelet on the bottom, and then I will add some dangles, okay? So that's the third make. I'm going to put this over here so that it dries. Now, the fourth make is using the crown, and this, like I said earlier, is super heat friendly. And if you don't feel comfortable using the heat tool, of course, you don't have to. So what I want to do, I think, is, hold on here, I want to punch this out, and I'm using, well, actually, yes, I think this is, yeah, this is the 1¼ inch circle punch. And then what I want to do is use sailboat blue. And this time I'll remember to put the cover so I don't make a mess. And again, you can use 2 colors if you want, but sometimes I feel that it can get a little muddy, and that's not what I want to achieve. So I did blow a little bit on that, but it's pretty dry. And then what I want to do is, well, actually, before I do that, I want to grab my Versamark, and I want to clean the black ink off that, and then use my Versamark. And there's just something so cool to me about embossing. I just love embossing. It adds such nice pop to whatever it is that you might be working on. And I'm going to angle this a little bit, just like so. And then I'm going to bring it over to my pan. And then I'm going to use a fine, detailed embossing powder. And I'm going to pick this up, hold it like this. I want to be careful where I hold it because I tend to sometimes put this tool on the actual embossed or stamped image. And I'm going to put this back because I will spill it all over the place. Let me cover this. And I'm going to set this. And I'm just using the Ranger heat tool. But because it's white, it'll cause my camera sometimes to go wonky. And this is almost done. Just like so. And then I'm going to grab. Now I do want to, let me see, where is it here? I got a scrap of paper. I'm going to punch out another circle and quickly adhere it to the back. You don't have to, but I do like to do that. It's just, it might have like the writing, keep out of reach of children or something like that, but I want to do that. And then I'm going to put an eyelet here and an eyelet here. And feed this through. And I will do one more here. And then You're going to feed it, a bead chain right through it. And one other thing that you can do, if you have these little bedazzles, I really like how they add a little bit of touch to your artwork. Hey, Carolyn, you're here. ¿Cómo estás? I hope you're well. I think this is the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. I think this is the fourth. Is it the third? The third sample make that I'm doing. So you're just in time. And then you take a little bit of glue and you're going to add that right in the middle. And I do have the little charm, not the charm, but the little, what do you call that? It's the little clear dome that you can put on the inside, on the top of that if you'd like, but you can also seal it with glossy accent or Nouveau. Yes, thank you. I think so. And 1, 2, 3. No, this is the third one. No, fourth. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Thank you so much. And then what you can do, what did I do with it? Oh, it fell on my wood floor because this is so clingy. I love this embroidery floss or whatever this is called. I'm not a knitter. And yeah, for a second there, but then I said, oh, wait a minute, here's the third one. Here's the third one. This is the fourth one. But I love, and I use this all the time in my embellies, all the time. I just love the way it feeds through your holes or what have you. So I got it at Walmart. I don't know, a really long time ago, but man, that goes a long way. And it's just the perfect size because I find that yes, true, Carolyn. And I just find it to be easy to feed through small holes. Sometimes I do add a little bit of glue if the hole is really tiny, but overall it really does work well. So I'm going to feed this through just like so. And you can put another little, charm in there if you've got something really tiny. But I will add that little see-through kind of dome on the top. And here is the fourth one. Is that not cool? Look at that. That is so cool and super easy. Now, the next one, the last one that we're going to make is you're going to grab your Stampin' Up! Or page tab of choice, and you're going to punch your whale tab like so. Thank you. No, it truly is. I agree with you. It is so versatile. And then what I want to do here is I'm going to use this tiny Sizzix tag die cut. It's a star. I believe it's 659929, and I'm going to place it here like so. And then I want to use, I think I accidentally threw away my reposition tape. So I'm using medical tape. You got to use what you have. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to build a sandwich. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to put this on the top and this on the top. And then I'm just going to feed it through the little mini scissors that I have to my left here. And then what I'm going to do is remove it, put this to the side, and then I thought, well, wouldn't this be cool to have a 3D effect? So what I want to do here is use denim, and I might use sailboat blue again, but I think I want to use denim because I want it to pop. This is so cool. Let me see if you can see the oxidation. Oh man. I'm trying to get an angle there. There's too much of a glare, but that is just such a cool effect. So I like that color, that effect that I've reached. I think I like that right there. So I'm going to let it be. Now I cut another one, another whale tail. And what I'm going to do is glue this side. Like so. I'm going to spread this just a little bit more because I don't want it to ooze out. And then I'm going to put that right inside of here. And I think this is dry. Yes, it is. Then I'm going to fold this over like so. And you've got that effect there. Can you see? That is the oxidation. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right there, just a little bit, but you've got to try it. You've got to try it. And then, so that it actually will kind of stay in the page, what I want to do, and I'll show you because I have a, I'm going to show you in a second what I'm hoping it will do. I don't want to add too much pressure on the top because I want this to go through my journal. And then you can do the following. You can add your snowflake charm, and if you don't have the bead, these bead chain, just use this like so. Okay, you feed it through, and then you use the star punch. You can use alcohol inks right on top of it like so. Allow these to dry and then sandwich them in one on the top and one on the back, and you have a dangle. But this will fit perfectly. I'm going to move this aside. I gotta find it. Fit like that. It'll fit perfectly on a journaling page. Okay? Is that not cool? You could do it on the top or you could do it on the side. And frankly, I like it on the side. Okay? So, these are the I think it's 5 makes. 1, this is the closure. Okay, this can go on the cover, and you can loop it around like so to close it. Okay? And then we made the rub-on with the letter F. I tried the letter B, but it didn't work, so maybe, I can see it. It's really hard because I don't have a snazzy kind of camera, but I think you can, I trying to see your, that is in the way. I can't see. Let me see your question. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you, Carolyn. And then this one is on the sequence, okay? And then we added the digital paper and we stamped, and it's literally almost dry. Then you want to add the eyelet on the top and the bottom. And then this one is from the Dollar Tree crown, okay? And the dangle. I mean, there's just so many other ways. I just don't want to overwhelm you, but there's just so many other things that I've played around with. But it's just so much fun. So use what you have. Ask a friend. Ask your neighbor. Do a swap. Like I've said before, if there's something that you don't have and that you feel that I can swap with you. I'd be more than happy to do so. And I look forward to having you tag me. Please tag me and let me know that you've played around and that you have experimented. So, sweet crafty friends, it is truly a pleasure to always be here and such a joy to have met so many of you in like the past year and 4 months, but most recently, it's been truly a joy and a blessing. Thank you to those that have been conversing with me here. Froggy Ray Creations, what is your first name? Because my Zumba instructor, her name is Ray, and she spells it R-A-E, but her first name is Sincere, and I wasn't sure. I don't think I asked you earlier for your name, but thank you so much, Carolyn. As always, you are so sweet to check in. And to all those that stopped by, thank you. And I hope to see you. Oh, Andy Ray. Okay, cool. Andy, nice to meet you. And I look forward to reading that email so that we can keep in touch. And I will see you all this Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your evening.